morning and welcome to the Morning Blessings. My name is Tessa-Marie. How are you feeling today? It is Friday, July 19th, 2024, 7:59 a.m. And hello, Stacy, 16 degrees Celsius. Good morning, Stacy. How are you feeling this morning? I have been running, chasing around this morning, so I didn't even get a chance to look at you. I have no idea what I was doing. But it was the same start. I wasn't slow. I just got stuck. Good morning, Dawn. It's such a pleasure to see you guys this morning. Hello, Gavi. How are you doing? The book. Georgie got her copy and she's all excited. She sent me a note this morning. And you know what? I started reading it last night because I hadn't read it. Thanks, Stacey. I'm going to pin that. Thank you for doing this. It is really important. We miss you when you're not there. I have no one doing it. And it was just an idea you came up with. And I didn't realize, I'm sure I wrote it, so I'll not see the mistakes, grammar, spelling, punctuation, but I like it. And for me to tell you, I read part of it, and I enjoy reading it. It's amazing. And so check it out. And tell somebody else. And if you need to give a gift to somebody, there's one way to do that. So that will be a good gift for somebody who you think is a little bit different. Okay, good morning. And welcome to the Morning Blessings. Let's get this show on the road. Prayer and meditation. That's what our topic is. And don't run away. It's not religious. So stay there. Stay with me. You guys will love it. And I think that is what kept me back this morning, was writing about this. Good morning. I lost you. Oh, Loretta, good morning. You lost me? Are you back? Stacy Love Styles is dancing already. Great topic. Yeah, prayer and meditation. Thank you, all of you wonderful people, my nephew, and 3 lovely people, ladies in my life. So let's do this. The morning blessing, 10 minutes of prayer and meditation. That's all. Can you remember when you prayed and you prayed for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours? And you keep repeating the same thing over and over again as if God is deaf. He's deaf. He can't hear you. He's deaf. So you have to say it over and over again. The universe is not listening, so you have to get into the universe. So you don't have a God, but you believe in the universe. That's good. It's a good way to be. You have something you believe in that's better than you, bigger, and that's okay. Good morning, Azim. So today is prayer and meditation. How are you feeling today, Azim? What's the weather like in India? So here we are. Prayer is we talking to God. We were taught in Sunday school that prayer is a heart-to-heart talk with God. That's what they told us. That prayer is a heart-to-heart talk with God. And if you had it in one form or the other through your time at school learning, and then that's all they told us. They didn't say anything else. They never told us to do anything. So, but constant praying, if you're having a conversation, remember it's a talk, right? That's why. Good morning, Colin. How are you? We'll talk to you later today. I am going to meet family next week in a hill station. Excited. I'll be seeing Mom in 3 months. Oh my God. Oh yeah, that's right. You were sent away to work in another town in India. Oh, that is going to be fun. So Colin, good morning. Talk to you guys later. Yes. Prayer and meditation. Some people were not raised to pray, so they weren't brought up praying or seeing the parents praying. Their life just went on and they say God is good and all of that. But some of us were taught to pray and worship. And those of us who were taught to pray and worship, one of the things is we pray. All we do is pray, because that's all they said. Pray without ceasing. Never stop praying. And we go and we make that. Hi, juniors. Good morning. So, and we go back to that prayer and meditation, and we just pray and pray and pray, because that's what they told us is going to work. Pray without ceasing. God is deaf. He never hears you. The universe doesn't absorb your energy. But let me tell you something. energy is amazing what it can do. So if you do not believe in the God of the Christian God or the Muslim God or the Hindu gods or the Jewish version of gods, it doesn't matter though. If you believe in the tree, the sun, the moon, they worshipped all of that one time or the other before we came and chose those things. So here we are, and it is important that we understand that prayer is a conversation. Thanks, Stacy. They said, pray to God. And they said, it's a conversation. Prayer in Sunday school, prayer is a heart-to-heart talk with God. It's your heart going to God's heart. That's what they told us. That is what I learned in catechism class and at the school, which was a Catholic school, so pray. And it's what I found out as I am growing in life, and that was a long, long time ago. I'm saying, it's like I have half of the ingredients to make this cake. Hi, Lorna. How are you feeling this morning? And I know I must pray, but there is something missing. I have half of the ingredients. They told me this is the recipe for a fulfilled life. Pray. And you pray and you pray. And sometimes the way we do it, I see people I went to, not so much in the Catholic Church, we don't have that, but I went to a few small churches, Christian churches, and the same person sits and repeat the same thing day after day, weekend after weekend, whenever I go with my friends. Good morning, Yuko. How are you feeling this morning? And then I am still questioning. There is something missing in this prayer business. It's like God is deaf. These people are repeating the same prayer over and over and over again. And God is not hearing them. So God it's not the communicator. What do you call it? There's a receiver and there's a person sending the information to the receiver. So the receiver is broken. But the person doing the sending is high-powered, fired up, ready to go with their prayer. And they're pushing through on it, and they're going, and they're going, and they're going. And then I started realizing there is something missing. What is missing? Never satisfied. You're thirsty. You go to church, you listen to them, you read the Bible, and you're still thirsty. You want something else. You're burning inside of you. And you cannot quench that thirst. It's unquenchable. You cannot do it. Just sitting there, I can't quench this. Prayer is we talking to God. We were taught in Sunday school to do that. But the thing is, it took me a long time. And I told you, it was in 1997, in August of 1997, when 4 things were going south. And that is when I don't know what happened. But I worked at Queen and Bay Street, so I walked to St. Michael's Cathedral. And when I got there, I would normally go to pray, because that's what I was taught to do. You go to the church, it's open, and you pray. There might be 2 people sitting in a scattered seats here and there, and they're praying, they're doing their rosary, they're praying. But when I walked in that day, something said to me in my head, I don't know, and that's what I'm telling you. You might think I'm and crazy, but shut up, sit down, we want to talk to you. That's all I heard. So I got off my knees, because when you go to church, you kneel. I sat in the pew, and something said, I always had a steno pad in my purse. I pulled it out and a pen, and I began to write what I heard. And then I let it go. So I wrote it down, and it felt different. So I realized what I was doing, I was actually in the moment meditating, because I was quiet. I wasn't asking God for anything. I wasn't complaining to him about not giving me what I want. I am not holding him hostage to the words of the Bible. Ask and you shall receive. I just let it go. I felt like a brand new person, although I was sick at that time. And I was not, I was fine, but I knew something was wrong with me. And they found out anyway. And it was, then I realized meditation is where God is speaking to us. It's a conversation. So, and I also found out, after you pray, when you go to pray, you should have a notebook and a pen. Because when you ask a question, you're going to get an answer. And write it down, what you hear. Practice writing it down, what you hear. God is always speaking to us. It's not the transformer that's broken, it's the receiver, and that is not getting the information. We go and we pray. We beseech. We beg. We were just begging. But God did not say, beg and I will help you. He said, ask and you shall receive. But when I worked at the bank, you came to get a loan. You applied for the loan and you had trust in me that I would communicate the results of the loan. You didn't come back tomorrow to apply for another loan. You waited at home for the phone call from me or my colleagues to tell you, hey, your loan has been approved or not approved. But you go home and you wait. We pray and we don't wait. The minute we are done with our litany of prayers, our sad face, our frightened behavior, and our rolling the rosary until your fingers are numb, begging and beseeching, going to church, praying for hours, doing all kinds of things. And you haven't paused. You haven't waited to hear what I had to say, God is saying. So write down what you hear. Practice writing it down, what you hear. God is always speaking to us. It was because of me trusting to write down what I heard that day at St. Michael's Cathedral that I am here today and have accomplished the things that I have. It's very simple. Oh, Georgie, thanks for coming. I missed you already. I didn't see you. I said, where's Georgie? So listen again. Prayer is you asking for whatever or talking to God. Prayer is a communication. Meditation is a listening. That's where you wait for the answer. So it was because of me trusting to write down what I heard that day at St. Michael's Cathedral that I am here today and have accomplished the things that I have. I'm telling you. The thing is, we were never taught to listen to hear God's answer to our request. We do it with the bank, we do it with the Amazon, we wait. We order something, we don't go back and order it tomorrow and the next week because we would have too many of the same things and couldn't afford to pay for it, right? But with God, we just keep ordering like God is deaf and dumb. We were given half of the ingredients we needed to live a fulfilled life. Pray. They told us pray. That is half of the equation. I want to live, I desire to live a fulfilled life. And I am told to pray. Georgie got her book yesterday, she told me. Colin has had hers since the day it came out. She got it an e-book. Pray. That is half of the ingredient. Yuko got her book too, so I'm just remembering it as he called me. So the thing is, we were never told, hi Jean, more welcome. How are you doing today? The thing is, we were never taught to listen to hear God's answer. We got prayer is the communication, heart-to-heart talk with God. That is prayer. And that's where we communicate with God. The other half is where God is communicating to us, and that's meditation. That's when we shut up and we listen. And I'm saying to you today, that if that day when I walked into St. Michael's Cathedral, I did not shut up like I was told, sit down and listen, we want to talk to you. It wasn't a human being. That's what I heard that day because I went there to pray. In other words, I went there to beg for whatever I desired. And I was told to shut up, sit down. I was given instructions I knew I couldn't have given myself. When someone asks you how you're doing, say to them, I am absolutely wonderful. This is where that came from. Walk shoulders back, no matter how difficult the trials and tribulations you're going through. And remember that you are the daughter of of God the King. And walk like a princess. Walk like that. Because you see, you are that person that was created to be like that. That's what I was told that day. I wrote it down. And I began following this, and my life propelled into the direction I desired it to go with all the prayer. The minute I learned to listen after I pray, my trajectory has been high. This is why I am here today to talk with you. We were given half of the ingredients to make a fulfilled life prayer. Respect God, love God. We were given half of it if we need to live a fulfilled life. And then they stopped talking with us about the rest. They chose not to tell us anything else about living a fulfilled life. We weren't even told to go forge. They didn't tell us, after you pray, go forge, dig, search for the other half of what we needed. The must do to live that fulfilled life. That the things we have to do. They never told us that. They just said pray. Pray like you never prayed before. Some of us stumbled on it. Some of us felt it in our guts that there is something missing. So we began to search. Some of us I stumbled on it that day in the church. Stumbled. And then there are those that are a little bit wiser. And they say, there must be more than just praying. There has to be more than just kneeling and praying and repeating and reading the Bible and carrying it under your armpit like it's part of your anatomy. There is more reason to have a sad face all the time. Why? And the sick. And then there we found that there is something missing, so we began to search. And there are others, they never accepted the first half. And they pray, and they pray, and they pray, and they never stop to listen. So they got that right. They got the first half. They accepted it. But they never stop praying. That's all they do. They make it tedious. They make it begging. They look sad when they pray. And when you are requesting a vision of what you desire, you should feel joy. But we don't. Because they never taught us to do that. Then this becomes fear. They are afraid of God. God is a fearful God. Fear God, they say. Fear God. Why? It's like you telling me, fear my father and fear my mother. Fear God because he's going to punish you. This is what I do not understand. That when we pray, after prayer, why is it they kept the main part of the ingredient to live a fulfilled life and nobody gave it to us? Was it control? The religion stops when they started and they knew the secret. It's like they never told us that angels are with us every day. They told us angels was great. In the Old Testament, they brought them to the New Testament a little for Jesus' birth announcement and all of that. And then they stopped. Thank you, Jean. And they just, hi Ryan, how are you feeling this morning? And they stopped. They did not tell us the power we have with our angels. They did not tell us the power there is in listening after you pray. They did not tell us that we should write down what we hear, even if it sounds silly and we believe we are so important that we can think of that. Do you think I could have thought of when somebody asks you, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Reply, I am absolutely amazing. No. Because to say that, I would think that would make me believe I'm being proud. That is what it is. That's how we were raised. If you say, I am absolutely wonderful, come on. Somebody will accept it. Others will say, who the hell does she think she is? So I wrote it down and I followed it. When you're hurting, second thing, do not carry it on your face. Do not carry it on your face. Stop talking about what is disgusting and challenging in your life because no, they cannot fix it. Hold your shoulder back and walk like you're a daughter of a king, because you are the daughter of the king, God the king. Behave like that. You don't see princesses being miserable and sad and they look and rah, 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 and they always have a complaint. They live in the complaint department and they blame the world for all their things. They don't. They dress beautifully no matter what weather they're facing. And that part I did know though, because my mother taught it to us. She said, the day I feel the worst, that's the day I dress the best. And my mother was a dresser extraordinaire. She always looked well put together. She wore perfumes, and I can still see this bottle of perfume. I wish I could remember, see it all, that she always had. Creams, you know, and my mother would say, I want some of that. So I grew up with that. And then this prayer, method of prayer becomes fear. God is punishing me, they say. And because they pray, they become the bearer of fear. Because they pray. Because they're religious, because they read the Bible, because, and they become the bearer of fear of God to everyone they meet. They will tell you that God will punish you, and you're wondering, what did I do to him? And you heard me before, when my cousin said, God will be good for you, I said, I hope so. Because to me, good was a good thing. But she didn't mean it that way, did she? And then this will tell you that they'll tell you God will punish you. He's going to punish you. He's going to punish you. It's like they alone have the connection to God, the punishing God. And you know, I believe they do. They're the only ones, if that part of God, because I don't see this coming. The man said in the Bible that some of us read, I gave my life for you. I paid the price. So you no longer need to be abused and beaten and raped and be told you're not good enough, you're not worthy. You're so worthy that I took all of these abuses for you. But they said, no, God still wants more from you. He wants you to suffer. Oh, I'm suffering, I'll get to heaven. I'm going to give the church all my money. I'm going to go to heaven. Well, you know what? Just, if you don't know, Google Jim and Tommy Baker, and you'll see where the money went. So you need to understand that that God that we worship talks to us every day. You don't even have to pray. You just have to say, God, if you believe in God, universe, what would you do for now in this situation? And the universe, if you stop, you shut up, you get your book, you sit in quietness for 5 minutes, will answer you. Write it down. You're not that bright. I am not that bright. You don't write down what you hear, you will forget it, and you will miss your opportunity. Time is not coming back to that moment because you are looking for it. It went. The thing about time, you have to catch it. Yesterday, 6 o'clock, this young lady had called a free session. She wanted to talk to me. Somebody recommended her. She planned it. I spoke to her once. She came, okay, this is going on, that's going on. Can you? I said, okay, I'll cancel something I had to do yesterday evening at 6 because I really don't like coaching that late. I'm in bed by 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm winding down. She never called. She didn't show up. I stayed on the Zoom page until 6:15. And then at 6:16, I sent a text and I said, I guess you're not coming to the meeting today. I didn't get a reply, and I never got a reply. She asked, but she couldn't keep her promise to herself. She could have sent a note and said, how long would it take to send a note? Sorry, something has come up. It's an emergency. I cannot come to the meeting. The time, she lost the time. Can I afford to give her that time again? No. So this is what you have to do. Listen and realize where you are. Oh my goodness, I made a plan. She said on Sunday, she said, I got it. See you then. But we do not understand the power of this amazing thing called time. So one thing I know for sure, that prayer is we having a conversation with God, and meditation is where God replies to us. And we have to be sitting and waiting to catch it. You do not need to pray for an hour and 2 hours every day. No. You need to pray from your heart. It's a conversation. Oh my God. Give me the strength. Give me the strength, the determination, and the focus to go through this day. Guide me through the challenges of the day. Help me to enjoy the beauty of the day. Help me to see joy in all I see. Help me to see you in those I meet. Anything like that is better than sitting there and reading a prayer book, a Bible, or something. Where is yours? Where are your words to your God? And then sit down, get your book and your pen, and take as much time as you took to beg or to request or to do whatever it was you were doing, and wait to hear what God has to say. Because even in the muddle of our mind that has 70,000 thoughts in a day, there's going to be one word from God. One word. And that word is all you need for you to live that fulfilled life that you desire. These people that talk to us about the version of God is a punishing God, because they do not stop to wait for the answer. Instead, they go around praying, asking, beseeching, but never ever listening to the answer for the questions or the requests that they placed in the hands of God. Even when they're facing a challenge and somebody has hurt them, somebody has pushed them to the brink, a lover, a husband, a wife, children, parents, friends, family, complete strangers. I'm just going to leave them in the hands of God, they say. Really? Don't you think his hand has enough from you? The last things you gave him, did you wait to hear what he said you should do? Did you ask him, oh my God, if you were me, what would you do now? Oh, great and mighty universe that can decide to give us rainstorms and fires and all of that and hail. What if you were me, what would you do now? Instead, you call a friend and you ask. And even if that friend is guided to give it to you, you do not take it. It's the same thing, but you will listen to the person that puts the fear of God into you. He's a punishing God. And you just take that and you run thinking that the God. So I have decided they are those who never listen when speaking with you. They interject. They answer for you and make assumptions. They're so not accustomed to listening. They were never told to listen. I am so grateful to my father for telling me, stop listening with your ear. Listen with your mind. When you listen to God, listen with your mind. That's where he comes. Because if you listen only and you trust your ear to hear him, the mind is actually speaking and you are not in with it. And you just let it go. And that makes you bitter and sour and not nice. So remember, prayer is a conversation with God. You are speaking to God. And then meditation, which comes after prayer, is the transformer, God the Father or the universe, sending it to the receiver. But when he sends it, did you ever hear it falls on deaf ears? You know why? Because you left. God answered your prayer, but you were so busy being scared of God and scared of asking and scared of making your goals big and audacious and scared of writing what you heard. God will even tell you to, like, I got that, they shut up. And then, you guys know I get up, and one of the things I do, I go to the garden in the morning, 4:30. sometimes 4:35, depends on how much dilly and dally I do. Because I do stretches before I leave my bedroom in the morning. Immediately upon waking up, I drink a glass of water and I stretch for about 6 to 10 minutes, it depends. And then after that, I go through the house, just checking things out, and I pray while I do that, the Our Father. And then when I've done it, I start with the Lord is my shepherd. Then I turn off the alarm, I walk out into the garden. And one day, when I stepped into the garden, just come here to listen. You have prayed enough. It makes sense, doesn't it? What do you do in a garden? You rest, you relax, and you observe, and you listen. So God talks to us. At that time of the morning, I just walked in, the air is different, the sky looks different, the energy is different, the trees there, the animal, everything is at a different level. But that day, when you come to the garden, you've prayed enough, just listen. And stillness is amazing. So, remember, pray, relax, listen, take your pen in your hand and your book and write whatever it is you hear. And magic happens. Miracles happen. If you doubt that is God speaking to you, that you're writing, and is God writing for you, check the writing. Does it look like you're writing? Do you form your blue ink pen? You got this done. Do you form the letters as they look? Tell me. Thank you, Jean. Thank you so much. I appreciate you dropping by. I know how busy you are. Yeah. When you write what is being you're hearing in your mind, in your mind's ear, does that writing look like yours? Try it. It might start like yours, but it won't end like yours. Trust me. And you must believe that you're good enough, that God will talk to you. You do not have to be a preacher, a priest, a imam, and all of that for God to talk to you. You are part of God. He created you. The Pope, the Bishop, the imam, this one, that one, the pastor, they didn't create you. God did. So if he created you, he'll speak to you. That's not what I want you to do. That wasn't my plan for you. This is my plan for you. How are you feeling today, Tessa-Marie? I am absolutely wonderful. I would see heads turn, people smile when I said that. But we cannot go without telling you about this. My book is out, The 5 Pillars of Prosperity. And somebody said the book was expensive. It's not my choice. And I think it's expensive because they have to print the cover in color. But what can I tell you? Everything has a price. So, but it's worth the price because I know for sure what is in there will help you. So the pillar of physical prosperity, I'm just going to touch on what I said. Here are 9 activities we can do to help keep these pillars prosperous. Exercise. Any form of movement is necessary for the health of this pillar. Daily walks, which do not cost any money, could be 1 hour out of 24 to help us live a fulfilled life. It's an excellent physical investment in time. Meditation. Any form of meditation is great for our physical health. The time spent in meditation enables us to connect with ourselves and relax our mind and body. Yoga. Simple yoga or Pilates stretches are worth their weight in gold. Doing a combination of simple movement helps the body be flexible. And I spell goal, G-O-A-L, so I told you there'll be errors. Walking. This is a fantastic exercise for the entire body. It is essential for these long muscles from the hip to the feet. 30 minutes of walking each day improves circulation and concentration. Walking improves overall physical prosperity. Dancing. Casual dancing is another form of movement that helps increase joy. When you dance, your entire body moves, the senses get involved, and the music also helps stimulate blood to the mind. Dancing is beneficial to both the body and the mind. Water consumption. Drinking lots of water daily keeps the entire body lubricated. The human body is comprised of 70% of water. The body needs water to help your organs stay healthy and to perform at their best. Having good nutritious food keeps the body healthy, and it is essential to eat foods that nourish it. The more colorful our plate, the more energy we put into our bodies. Present awareness. Being in the moment during regular activities is imperative. Slips and falls happen when we are not conscious of the moment. For safety, we must be aware of our surroundings and actions. Awareness helps us avoid accidents, which will most certainly affect the pillar of physical prosperity. Reminder, physical prosperity is vital to our overall health, and we should take care throughout our entire lives to help the pillar function at its highest. That is just, every pillar has information to help you. And all the little things you said about the book and stuff is in there. So make sure you drop by. There's an ebook if you like an ebook, and if you get one of those, read it in public so people can see and wonder, what is that? That's a form of advertisement, I was told. So have fun, and just take one pillar at a time. Read all the notes and see what else you can find in there that is good for you. And there's always somebody that has written something that can help you. So check it out and see. When we look at the book, one of the things I wrote is for spirituality, to avoid assumptions. If you don't know, ask. Assumptions can lead to misunderstanding. Avoid comparison. Comparing yourself to others does not enhance your spiritual health. Always be people better and lesser than you. So it's a book to use every day, and that's why I didn't make it thick. I made it pretty so you'd pick it up, because I'm always saying, pick something up that when you look at it, it brings joy to you. And that's what I purposely did with that book. And it's nice to get an ebook, but when something feels, that's what we are paying for, is the glossiness on the front. Look at it. And you touch it. It feels good. It makes you do good. So take a jump and try that. And those of you who are interested in forming the group that I want to, that we will take time and go through the book all through, and learn more, send me a DM so I can start this. I'm talking to you later. Have a wonderful morning. Let me see who is there. Stacy, Jean, Georgie, Colleen, Dawn, Ryan, my dear nephew, Lorna, and Loretta. Thank you, wonderful people. It has been a most amazing morning. My daily inspiration calendar is perfect today. The discipline of writing something down is the first step towards making it happen. Yes, Tessa, when mine arrives, I'll call you. That will be nice. Thanks, Stace. But you guys, please remember to put your name. Danny's friend from work are buying one. Oh, amazing. Yeah, show it to him. Have a wonderful day from Stacy. I'm about to go on my walk. I'll be buying one. Thanks, Jean. And we can meet. Remember, Jean, we always had a little club, so we can go back to that. We got to order that book. OMG, Jean said, this has been rewarding and boost for my body and mind. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. From Stacy, I appreciate your beautiful morning blessing. Thanks, Jean. Blue ink pen, Dawn said. And it is just amazing. I saved my mom's perfume. She bought so many beautiful ones. I would use them. It's so interesting. Our angels are the best, and it's so I'm finishing. I like that. I always seem to align with your thoughts. Thanks, Jean. We do. Hi, Ryan. My book will be here tomorrow, so that Stacey's getting hers. Georgie, are you enjoying it? Let me know. I know you're still there. Put a note. Tell me if you're enjoying that book, because it would be nice to know if you are. Anyway, so let me know what you're doing, guys, and we shall meet. I'll wait for Georgie's answer because she got it. And then you can, sometimes it's nice to express something good when you read something like that, say what triggered you. So next week I'm going to ask you guys to, yeah, as you read it, get, if you cannot afford this one, I don't know how much it costs. I think $14 or $15. Get a new one, and when you read it, say something about it. I think you will love it. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Don't forget to love yourself more than you love what is around you. We shared with my mom. Oh, that's nice. Great. I love that, Georgie. Yeah, look at yourself and realize the price has been paid already for your freedom. So, and the more you believe that you're good enough and you'll feel better. And when you're walking through the day, find reasons to be grateful. Have a great day. Love you. Bye-bye, everybody.